Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we speak, the AZIMIO members of Parliament are now declaring a war against the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula. They are now saying they don't feel like they are in the so-called broad-based government. If already Moses Wetangula, who is the Speaker, is so biased in his decisions, and yet they are in the so-called broad-based government, they are saying they are out of that, and it is going to be messy and noisy. I want you to listen to these members of Parliament. But before we watch, as we always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder, please, as you watch, consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like.
But let me tell you something. It is going to be messy, it is going to be noisy, and it is going to have casualties. It is going to have casualties, I can promise you. Yeah, and we can see it is getting smelly. Already, from the way Parliament is being handled, it is getting smelly.
Mwango can see it also.
We don't feel any broad-based arrangement in Parliament.
No,
there is nothing. Broad-based is in the executive only. Parliament has no broad-based mechanism. We are not there. So, my fellow, with the permission of my fellow colleagues, I have told you, going forward, it's not going to be business as usual. Correct. And we have withdrawn our members from the House Business Committee. Yes. I am sure they have just said, as many of that opinion we will deal with them if they put them there. Yes. They will have their own House Business Committee, their own. Yes. Which will also challenge in court, in public, in private, everywhere.
As you have watched, these members of Parliament are already saying that they are going to join Rigathi Gachagua. They are going direct to WAMUNYORO. You can see how these members of Parliament, they are so bitter with Moses Wetangula. And truly, let us speak the truth. Moses Wetangula is so biased. And he usually favors, of course, the Kenya Kwanza government where he belongs to. He is not neutral, because on the same note, he is the Speaker and the party leader of Ford Kenya that is having an agreement with the UDA of William Ruto. So he has no option but to protect their coalition. Because when you look at the rulings of Moses Masika Wetangula,
arising from foregoing, the Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority party, and the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is the minority party in the House. A simple calculation of the cited numbers with reference to the communication and coalition agreements received from the register of political parties indicates the cumulative number of the members of the constituent parties of the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya coalition party and the Kenya Kwanza alliance as follows. AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya coalition party consists of 154 members, computed by adding the membership of the Orange Democratic Movement, Jubilee Party, Wiper Democratic Movement, Kenya African National Union, the Democratic Alliance Party of Kenya, the Kenya Union Party, the United Party of Independent Alliance, and the Movement for Democratic Growth. The Kenya Kwanza Alliance consists of 165 members, computed by adding the membership of the United Democratic Alliance, the Amani National Congress, Ford Kenya, the Service Party, the National Agenda Party of Kenya, the Grand Dream Development Party, the Democratic Party, and the Chama cha Mashinani. Honorable members, it's notable that the numbers relating to the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party are tinged by a slight element of doubt with respect to membership of the Movement for Democratic and Growth MDG. You will recall the expressed sentiments made by the sole member and party leader of the MDG yesterday in the House, dissociating both himself and the party from the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party. However, I decline to engage in this controversy. Arising from the foregoing, the Kenya Kwanza Coalition is the majority party, and the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party is the minority party in the House. I have not received order. I still have a little more to go. I have not received any further communication from the Kenya Kwanza Coalition replacing the member for Kikuyu, the member for Kilifi, the member for South Mugirango, and the member for Marsabit County as their preferred leadership in the House. Similarly, I have not received any communication from the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party replacing the member for Suna East, the member for Kadiani, the member for Suba North, and the member for Embakasi West as their preferred leadership in the House. Consequently, the leadership of the House remains unchanged. Permit me at this stage, honorable members, to address the fate of 14 members who, as per the letter from the Registrar of Political Parties, belong to parties other than parliamentary parties that are not affiliated with the two identified coalitions in the House. Honorable members, understanding Order 172, the Committee on Selection is responsible for nominating members to serve in all committees, including the remaining 17 sessional committees that I listed yesterday in the communication on resumption of sittings for the fourth session and the lapse and reintroduction of business. I urge the committee to prioritize the constitution of the Budget and Appropriations Committee in light of the communication that I gave you earlier on the budget policy statement. In summary, therefore, honorable members, I guide as follows. The Kenya Kwanza Coalition is the majority party in the House. AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party is the minority party in the House. To the extent that I have not received any communication of the AZIMIO la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party or the Kenya Kwanza Coalition replacing their leadership in the House, the leadership existing as at the end of the last session remains the leadership of this House.
You can tell clearly there is a big problem. That if these members of parliament are going to continue like this, and the speaker is not going to be disciplined, then mark my words, future speakers of the National Assembly will emulate the same thing that the speaker Moses Wetangula is doing. He's completely destroying, he's completely destroying. Remember, Robert Alai is coming out to say that the way we are now, Moses Wetangula should be impeached. He doesn't deserve to be the Speaker of the National Assembly. And that is the criteria that now these members of parliament are having. Can they file the impeachment of Moses Masika Wetangula before the National Assembly? And as you speak, the impeachment of Moses Wetangula is going to be filed very soon. And it is going to be messy and noisy the way you can even listen to these members of parliament. Categorically, you can see how the AZIMIO are now taking head-on Moses Wetangula. And after finishing Moses Wetangula, after, of course, weighing the weight in the National Assembly, mark my word, they will go after William Samoei Ruto. And so they want to test if they can remove Moses Wetangula. And if they can remove Moses Wetangula, then they will remove William Ruto. And the same will replicate. Things are not good. Totally not good. And that is something that I want you to listen to. And Moses Wetangula's goods are cooked. And I don't see if Moses Wetangula is likely to survive. With these 2 years remaining, I don't see. Because these members of parliament are now becoming wild. And I told you here, you just see these AZIMIO members of parliament. They are going to walk out on the so-called broad-based government. Already they have walked out. Why am I saying that they are going to walk out? They have already walked out. And they are saying they are not feeling that the so-called broad-based government. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.